I think we're in a very interesting period at the moment. We're going from intentions and commitments to evidence-based impact. At the same time, new regulation is coming in Europe. So generic claims around sustainability are going to be banned. So together with this evidence-based impact, as well as the regulatory framework that's put around sustainability, I think we're going to a next, more mature phase when it comes to sustainability. I think my background is in regulation and politics. I think what we're seeing at the moment, there's a lot of backtracking around sustainability commitments. There's regulatory fragmentation as well, not only in Europe but also at the global level. So that's something we really need to address, because only then solutions can be scalable and have the real impact that we intend to have them. That's a very good but very complex question with a lot of layers to it. I think what's important for accommodations to question themselves is, what data am I going to collect, for what reason, right? And what requirements does that need? So is it for reporting, is it for internal trying to identify hotspots, or is it to share this sustainability data with consumers? Everything required different regulatory frameworks and requirements. Last year we launched our data hub, right, where we try to make it easier for accommodations to share, store and distribute data. So by doing that, we're trying to make it easier for accommodations to put data to use and leverage the data for the insights they intend to have that. I think what we're seeing is it's from a traveler demand. Like more and more travelers are interested in traveling in a more sustainable way. So we think it's very important for accommodation then to start thinking about, okay, how can I display and share my sustainability journey with travelers? And at the same time, make them findable and accessible to travelers. So finding a way to do that, that will be critical in 2020-30. And we're trying to help with that as well, right? There's, at the moment, there's one way to display your sustainability journey as an accommodation, and that's through certifications, right? So we really recommend everybody to have a look, for example, at our website, where we have published a list with credible certification schemes that are aligned with the incoming EU rules around consumer empowerment. Wow, there's lots going on. In the last 6 to 7 years since when we started, we've been working on solutions. And now we are at the point that we can focus on implementation. We have a solution for, we have a solution for aviation, right? So we work together with Google and with the whole coalition to make it easier to display CO2 numbers to travelers in a compliant way. We have our certification initiative, right, what I said. So how can hotels share their sustainability journey through certifications? There's a new initiative in Europe coming up as well. So next to certifications, accommodations are potentially be able to share their CO2 footprint with consumers in a European compliant way. We're also working on rail to create a data set, so if travelers would like to compare their impact from a sustainability perspective from different modes of transport, we'll be able to connect to our database and display the CO2 impact of a rail journey. And we're also working more and more with destinations, so how can we help destinations to collect data, store data, and really analyze the data to put them to use and identify where they can make more and better progress. So lots to do, but it's exciting because this is really finally making sure that the industry can profit from all the solutions that we have been working on.